As I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to tell you to hire Fortress because we are the best. The fact of the matter is that you have many different choices in terms of tax resolution assistance. And the only thing that you should be concerned about is what is best for you. Fortress is totally unique in the tax resolution industry because it is the only significant national firm where every single case is handled personally by a licensed attorney who works nothing but tax collection cases day in and day out. I happen to have pioneered a business model where my firm can attract and maintain quality attorneys, where we can give each attorney a relatively small caseload, and where we can offer competitive rates and still turn a profit. Some of my competitors do employ some attorneys. However, if you shop around, what you will find is that by and large, the vast majority of competing firms' cases are handled either by an enrolled agent or by a CPA. Now you might ask yourself, why does this matter to me? Well, the answer is really quite simple if you understand the nature of the work involved with resolving a tax debt. I believe that the most important skills for resolving a tax debt are as follows. You have to build as strong of a case as you possibly can, given the specific facts and circumstances. You have to defend your client's rights. You have to present the strongest arguments you can, both orally and in writing. Now, do those skills sound to you like the skills that you would be likely to find with an enrolled agent or a CPA? To me, the answer is no. To me, I think a lawyer-like skill set is by far the most effective to deal with this particular kind of tax problem. This does not mean that there aren't enrolled agents and CPAs out there who can do a good job. It is just something that I think is very important for you to consider. You might hire a firm who employs a mixture of EAs, CPAs, and/or attorneys, and you might wind up with an attorney. However, if you agree with me that a lawyer-like skill set is generally best for this type of work, what does that say about the commitment to excellence of tax resolution companies who will not give every single client a professional with the best skill set to handle his or her case? You can decide that for yourself. Fortress also has a rather unique intake process that better protects consumers. In a nutshell, a client who hires Fortress is under no obligation until 24 hours after the client participates in an intake interview with one of our attorneys. There are two reasons for this. First, we believe that it is not responsible for any tax resolution company to make a commitment to a client in terms of delivering a service until such time as a licensed professional has reviewed the facts and circumstances and has determined that there is a good likelihood that the service can be delivered. Second, we feel that a person who is thinking about entrusting her business or her livelihood with us ought to have a chance to test the waters before diving in. If you hire Fortress, you will do an intake interview with an attorney. You can ask that attorney anything you like during the interview and get a feel for whether you are comfortable with the attorney and our services. If you don't feel good about it for any reason, just notify us within 24 hours of the attorney intake interview. Your contract will be canceled. If you have already paid us any fees, 100% of them will be promptly refunded. Another thing that is unique about Fortress is our recruiting and training process. Fortress is located in Bend, Oregon, which is considered by many to be a very desirable place to live. It's much sunnier than Seattle or Portland, and it's an outdoor enthusiast's dream come true. It's also a beautiful town with a vibrant art scene. My point is that it's not difficult for me to recruit high caliber attorneys, and I don't have to offer them a fortune to move here. Many are recruited from out of the area and are thrilled to have an opportunity to have a great job in a great location. Once I hire an attorney, I typically spend more than 500 hours of one-on-one time training each attorney. And the vast majority of that time is spent working together on real-life cases. I've intentionally kept Fortress small enough so that I can make time to provide such extensive training and continuing oversight. Fortress also stands apart because of the relatively small caseload per attorney. A Fortress attorney will typically have anywhere between 50 and 140 active cases at any given time, and will have one or two assistants depending upon caseload. From what I've heard, a caseload of 150 to 200 clients is standard at many competing firms, and I've actually heard of a place where the caseload is around 400. Now, I don't care whether you find the best tax resolution professional in the world. If the person's caseload is too high, there is simply no way that you can receive great service. I would also question whether firms who overload their professionals with too many cases even care about good service. Seems to me like their bottom line is more important to them than taking care of you.